Good morning, everyone. It's Beth Kozik from Elegant Greetings. I'm so happy that you're with me this morning for another Copycat catalog cards. Let's get to our card from last week. I'd like to thank everybody who commented on the card that I created. It was made with the Dandelion Wishes stamp set, and we had just simply did some embossing on the background, a white on white card, and then used these strips of different colors of regular cardstock and designer paper to make that pretty colorful border in the background. So thank you all for your comments, and let's go ahead and pick the winner. I'm going to mail this card to someone, and let's see who it will be this time. It will be Chris Colley. All right, Chris, lucky winner again this week. I will go ahead and mail that card to you on Monday. So thank you all for watching my video. I really appreciate it. Today's card comes from our annual catalog, page 61, and we're going to be using the Winter Woods stamp set, which is right here on the bottom. And the card we're going to make is this one here, this beautiful holiday card. It kind of has a lot of bling on it, but it's not very difficult to make. I'm going to show you all the pieces that go to that in just a second. And here is our stamp set called Winter Woods, and this set is a carryover from last year's catalog. It has several different beautiful tree images. These are some birch trees that we're going to use on today's card. There's an acorn, or excuse me, a pine cone, and also a pine sprig, and a really pretty sentiment. There is also a set of coordinating dies called In the Woods Framelits, and these are really fun. There's obviously the trees that can be cut out, and then this is a large cutout for that pine shaped tree, and then this one actually, it makes cuts in it that can be kind of folded out, so it gives a three-dimensional look to the actual cardstock. Really a fun set. Okay, let me show you one card I made with this last year, and it looks like this. So all I did was I took some very vanilla cardstock and I sponged on some yellow and a little bit of orange ink to give it kind of that look of a sunset, and then stamped the trees over it with black ink, and then added some embellishments. Isn't that pretty? Very easy card, very elegant. I love that one. Okay, let's go ahead and look at all of our parts and pieces we're going to be using today. We're going to use a gold embellishment, and these are from the Forever Greenery suite. They're called Forever Gold Designer Series paper, and what they are is a bunch of different frames, and there's some sprigs that look like that, and some other pieces kind of like lattice. I cut this one smaller, and here's another one that's kind of like a cross thatch. Here's one with some diamond shapes, and then there's several sheets that have these punch outs. So we're going to use this round one right here. But aren't these absolutely beautiful? They just punch right out and can be applied to any project. Okay, so that is our gold embellishment. And then we are going to use our 2-inch circle punch, some red ribbon, and then I have several colors of ink. I have Shaded Spruce, Mossy Meadow, Soft Suede, Old Olive, and Real Red. And then we have, of course, our stamps. We have our Stamp and Seal, and glue dots, dimensionals, our Take Your Pick tool, and some red rhinestone basic gems, which we're going to put onto that gold overlay. I'll show you that in just a second. All right, so in the interest of time, I went ahead and I stamped the pine cones and I cut them out, and also the sprigs. Hopefully you can see that. Here we go. So here are the small pieces. I did those ahead of time. And those I simply stamped and then cut out with our dies. So those are finished. Let's go ahead and do our stamping. Our card base is a piece of old olive cardstock, and that's cut to 11 by 4 1/4. and then scored at 5.5. And then we need a piece of crumb cake, which we used for the pine cone, or the pine cones, and then a piece of Whisper White. So the first thing we want to do is to get our Whisper White, and we're just going to punch out a 2-inch circle. And then we're going to take our red ink, our real red ink, and we're going to take our sentiment, Thinking of You This Season. And we're going to put this right in the center, like that. Nice and easy. Okay, and then I'll set that aside just for a moment to dry. Next, we want to take the birch tree stamp, which is this one, and we're going to stamp that with our Mossy Meadow ink. Okay, and we're just going to make this a horizontal pattern down the entire length of the card. I didn't fold yet on the score line because I want my card to stay nice and flat while I'm doing this part of the stamping. So we're just going to ink up our stamp. We're going to start at the top, and this doesn't have to be exact. These birch trees are not quite perfect looking, so it's okay if our stamp is just a little bit off. Close enough is good enough, which is not usually my motto, but for this particular card, it does work. Okay, and then looks like we'll be able to fit on maybe 1/2 more. Okay, so there we go. There is our birch trees on the base of our card. And then the next thing that we want to do is to take our gold embellishment, which looks like this. So I showed you that a second ago. I just punched it out, and I already went ahead and I started to apply these red rhinestone gems. They look like this. They come in a package with, I don't know how many are in here. Let's see, does it say 220? So it's a really nice large package, and I'm using my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to use the putty end, and all we have to do with that is just slide it off of the plastic and then place the gem right on our project. There we go. These have adhesive, so it's super easy to get them right where we want them to be. Isn't that cool? So I think I've got all those circles covered. Okay, so that part is complete. And the next step is for us to decorate our embellishment with our sentiment with some embellishments. So the easiest way to do this is we're going to add these pine cones and the twigs. And I'm just kind of looking on the catalog to see. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back side here. If my seal would go and work. There we go. Okay. So I'm just following what I see in the catalog. I'm going to place one of the darker sprigs here. And then we want a pine cone here. I think I need more adhesive. There we go. Okay, so we'll place a pine cone here, and then another sprig behind that here. I think I might need my glue dots. There we go. This will make it much easier. Okay, and then we want another one on the front here. So we'll lay that like that. And then another pine cone. Yeah, glue dots do make this job super simple to do. Okay, so there's one part. And then we're going to add some more down here at the bottom. So I'm going to put a little more adhesive along that edge. And then we want to put on here And another one here. More adhesive. And we want one to be on the top, so I'll use a glue dot for that. Right about there. And then our final pine cone. And that will go right there. Okay, that looks good. Alrighty, and then the next step is we need a little bit of that beautiful red ribbon. So we'll need maybe about, I'm going to do about three widths or so. And then we want to, let's put this on our card. Just get some adhesive on there. And that we're going to place this way. So pretty. Okay, and then to get our ribbon attached, the easiest way I found to do that is to put some adhesive in the middle like this. Of course, that's not going to show. And then what we want to do is just have our ribbon go back and forth, kind of like that. And then we lay that right on top of the adhesive. There we go. That looks good. And then the last step is to put some dimensionals and pop up our sentiment. So we'll place 3 of these on there. We all love dimensionals, don't we? They are the perfect product. And then, actually, I'm going to scoot this over a little bit. Just going to have it be a little bit more horizontal this way. Okay, there we go. And then our sentiment goes right over the top of that. There we go. Oh, and I forgot to do my fold here. So we're just going to take the bone folder and make sure we get that to be a nice crisp score line. Isn't that pretty? Wow, I really like that a lot. All right, let's bring in the catalog here. And so there's the catalog version, and here's my version. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this card be made. I certainly enjoyed making it for you. It's very, very pretty. And didn't take a lot of time either. I really like that. It went pretty quickly. So if you'd like a chance at winning this card, please go on to YouTube and leave a comment and give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. But do leave a comment so that I can see your name, and or go on to Facebook and leave a comment there. Either way, I certainly appreciate your support and helping my business to grow. Thanks again, and have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.